West Orange, New Jersey. Nice, huh? That's my dad in blue, and that's his best friend Terry, the Inseparables.
I can't believe you made me do this.
Good for your appetite. See you in an hour.
I grew up here with two families.
We have so much to be thankful for. To the Walling and Ostrov clans. Who knew two families could get this close?
Nina?
Back for Thanksgiving. Are my parents here?
Or in the back. Kathy.
Mom?
Oh my God!
Kathy.
I'm gonna throw up!
Great. Now I am so excited. I just finished watching your newest film, Oranges, and I think it's heartwarming and quite a funny film.
I hope it's both of those things.
Tell us about it.
Well, it's about two families who live opposite each other in a very nice, very quiet, peaceful suburb in New Jersey, and there is a great upheaval. And the upheaval comes from the fact that the father of one family, that's me, falls in love with the daughter of the other family, that would be Leighton Meester. And not surprisingly, there being about 25 years or so between the two of them, and for that reason alone is enough to cause consternation. But because the families know each other so well and it's such a settled world, a settled neighborhood, this relationship obviously causes a lot of trouble, I hope it's a funny story, but it's also, I hope it treats the characters, the consequences of this relationship, you know, seriously and with proper respect. But I think there's something, I hope there is something humane and optimistic about it. I think it's an interesting story.
I think it's a lot of fun now. This character is a bit of a change for you.
About as big a change as I could possibly have imagined from House. I mean, he's as far away from House. He's rather a quiet, soft-spoken, thoughtful, I think a very decent man, but a decent man whose life is drifting somewhat. He's a little lost and vulnerable, and he meets another character who's lost and vulnerable in a different way, and the two of them form a very close and what I hope is a very touching relationship. Although, as I say, it causes a huge amount of trouble, as you can imagine.
Now, what an awesome cast to work with.
Amazing cast. That was just such a treat to have the chance to work with Alison Janney and Oliver Platt and Catherine Keener and Leighton Meester and Aaliyah Shawkat and Adam Brody. Just an amazing group of people. We laughed a lot, and we had a very very good time making the film. Almost too good a time. I sometimes feel slightly embarrassed at how much fun actors have. It's not really right somehow.
Well, you certainly played a very romantic, sexy David.
Well, gosh, thank you. I do what I can.
Now, Hugh, I know you've been in a lot of successful TV series and films, but what's it like working on animated films?
Right. I love animated films. I love working on animated films. I've always been fascinated by the voice, the things that an actor can do with voice alone. I mean, I used to do radio stuff and drama and sketches and so on a long time ago. I always loved it. I've always loved the whole mechanics of trying to create a drama just with sound. I think it's a fascinating, well, I was going to say canvas, but the whole point is there is no canvas because it's not visual. But just to work with sound alone, I find that absolutely fascinating. And let the animators tell a visual story in a completely different way. I love it. I really do enjoy it.
Now, can you share with us any upcoming films or projects you may be working on?
Well, at the moment, I've taken a real, is it left turn or right turn? I'm not quite sure which way to describe it. I'm in England, you see, we drive on the left, so it's all different. But I've been working, since May, I've been touring with a band And we released a record last year, and we're going to make another record at the end of this year. And I hope we will tour again at the beginning of, or in the spring of next year. So I've been living on a bus for 4 months touring the world. It's been great.
Now let me just mention, you have a great voice, and you're an amazing pianist, and you love classic American blues.
I absolutely do. This is the music and I can't explain why it is, but ever since I can remember, this was the music that really grabbed me, that touched me, and that I grew up with. And I love it with all my heart, and it's been an amazing thrill to be able to travel the world, but also particularly travel the United States, playing to American audiences what is essentially their music, your music. But I love it so much. It is my a kind of, I won't say tribute, but it's my sort of love letter to the music I've loved all my life.
Well, you sing it very passionately, and I think that comes across even in Swanee River. It's incredible.
Oh, thank you very much.
No,
Thank
really.
you. I just love doing it.
Thanks so much for sharing with us, and I can't wait to see you on stage performing.
Thanks.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
It's about to be.
Everyone, David! Hey! The clothes! Movie!
Life. Ugh.